you've reached peak couple energy when your undies match. MeUndies Match Me has you both covered, literally, in super soft ultra-modal undies, socks, PJs, and loungewear. Festive prints? Check. Cozy vibes? Double check. And right now, it's deal season. Get up to 50% off site-wide for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Take your couple game to the next level with MeUndies Match Me. To get deals up to 50% off, go to MeUndies.com/comfort, promo code COMFORT. That's MeUndies.com/comfort, code COMFORT.
Like, I got myself an evil eye bracelet and it gave me a rash.
No.
Like, how ironic.
What was it? Was it like?
It's just nickel.
Oh, okay,
like,
that's why. I'm the same.
Shitty metal.
Yes. Oh, I had that exact same one in like a darker green.
Really? Yeah.
Yes.
And
there's a place by my house.
Oh,
Time for
nice.
Karma. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
No.
Yeah, it's really dope. Like, it's a really
I'm gonna
nice
write that
metaphysical
down,
shop.
though.
Yes. You love it. Namaste in the City.
That's where I got this from.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
They have, like,
although,
the same
yeah,
stuff.
it made me break out.
Yeah, no. With nickel for us, like, because my skin is like very sensitive to it too. I have to get either like the plastic ones or just like coated, and then you use like clear polish.
Yeah, I'll probably just do that. I'll probably get some clear
because it's so
polish.
pretty, so you don't want to like not wear it.
I know. Yeah. It's just like how ironic that this.
Yeah, I'll go hunting. I have like a little one that's on a paperclip kind of, or not a paperclip. What is this called? A safety pin.
Yes.
But I think the lady gave me like 8 of them at the time. She was like, "Take these," because I was
Take
getting.
it.
She's like, you need them.
Here.
Yeah. It's like, I was getting married and I was at like this restaurant and she found out and she just
Like,
this
oh,
lady
you're
just
gonna
came
need
out with
this.
like a bunch of.
That's so funny.
I was like, "Thank you," but
I
I've
love
got them
that.
scattered around the house, so I'll find one. And they don't have any nickel or anything.
Okay.
So
That's
you can
good.
just wear it on your pants or something.
Yo, just
I know.
throw it on a pin.
Yeah.
It's always good to protect yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
My evil eyes.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
I already am.
Oh, you did! Oh,
Sneaky.
you're so sneaky.
Because I wanted to give you a cold open.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was like, oh darn, I wished I'd hit roll earlier.
Way ahead of you, girl. Okay, welcome. To Witchcast.
Oh yeah, welcome to Witchcast.
We're starting.
I see what's happening. We're starting now.
Cause it's Witchcast.
I'm Emily.
I'm Kate.
And we have a guest in the
Yes.
podcast
Season
studio
2,
today.
Episode 1. We have a new guest. Nina is here.
Hello, hello, everybody.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And so, Nina, you are a practitioner
Yes.
of
Vodou, Haitian Vodou.
Okay.
Yes, that's my main practice.
Okay.
That's our religion. But I take bits and pieces of practice from Santeria, from DR, even though it derives from Cuba and Mexico, and also modern day witchcraft. So I pay my respects. to
Nice.
Very
all.
cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're very excited to have you
We're
here.
so
excited to be here.
have
Thank you.
You are our season 2 pilot episode.
That's
Yay!
right. Yeah, this is our
Yay!
first
Or
episode
not
of season
pilot.
2. We've been promising we were coming back, and here we are. We're back.
We're back.
We did it.
We made it.
No more silliness. Now we're serious.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about Haitian Vodou just a little bit. And yeah, very excited.
Yes. We know nothing.
We know
A little bit.
Yeah,
Well,
we did
some
our
research.
Googling,
Okay.
but we're not Vodou practitioners,
No.
but we're very interested to
But
hear about
it's
it.
fascinating, and
Yeah,
that's
it
why we
is.
have Nina here. Yeah, I think so. For those of you who maybe are just listening for the first time, Witchcast podcast is all about fun education, and where Emily and I are just like novice baby eclectic witches who are interested in this stuff and want to learn more. And each episode focuses on a different subject, and we do some research, we bring in a guest, we talk about it, we learn, you learn, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Yes.
wide world of religions that have been labeled witchcraft.
Yes, exactly. It's a very broad subject
Very.
that goes very deep, so
Including very much this.
including very much this. What were you gonna say?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and just a reminder that our listeners can get a discount for the month of September
yeah.
only at Magical Time.
Yes,
Ooh.
magicaltime.com. It's also an Etsy store. Time like the herb, magical with a K. No, this isn't a paid sponsorship. I just really like their stuff, and they like our podcast, and so they offered our listeners a discount if you use the code Witchcast Podcast at checkout.
Yeah.
For the month of September.
Yeah.
10% off. Did I say that? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to be doing history today. You're going to be
Yes.
doing the
kind of
modern-ish
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I'd love to hear a little bit more about your life and your practice
Yes,
and
how did you get involved?
got here. And
And how do you say it again?
Vodou.
Vodou.
Yes.
Okay.
Honestly, I grew up in it. Like my whole family is pretty much immersed into the religion.
Awesome.
But as I got older, I kind of drifted apart, you know, trying to find my way, pretty much going to school and things like that. But I want to say a few years ago, after releasing like a really bad relationship, that whole energy just kind of like lifted, and then you start seeking answers, like to better yourself, basically. So along that path, I pretty much got back to my roots and been pretty much practicing ever since. I started with crystal readings, and then I got into tarot. But I must say crystals are my favorite though.
Oh,
Yes.
I love a good crystal.
I love crystals. I think it's an earth thing. I'm a like overall earth sign, so it's like it completely drew me. But yes, and aside from that, I'm also a designer, so I deal with a lot of people all the time.
Right.
Like all the time.
The people are the worst.
It's a lot. It's a lot, especially being an empath and being in this on this journey, because like I was telling before, it's every single day is a learning experience. People think that when you're in this life that everything is supposed to be all like roses and bubblegum and you're always just positive energy, and it's just like, no, you're learning how to deal with the obstacles and the challenges in life and how to manifest, basically. It's my favorite.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to practice when you believe in the power of yourself to make things happen, basically. So.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's so in line with what we're about and what we've been learning. We did a whole episode on crystals and we did an episode on tarot. We're so excited that you're here.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. It's a pleasure.
Okay.
All right. I'm obviously stalling.
Because it's your turn.
All right, yes. It's my turn to go first. I honestly feel like this is I wrote so many pages. And I feel like I'm not going to read all of them, but I will. I'm throwing it away. No,
I love that you also wrote them down. Like, you're such a better student than I am.
I was on a plane.
Makes sense. It's like, what else is there to do, right?
That's fair.
Makes sense.
All right, so Haitian Vodou. Lots of stuff here. First of all, sorry, let me try that again.
Go ahead.
All right, so
you're doing great.
when we're talking about Vodou as a religion, we're basically talking about Haitian Vodou. There's
different aspects.
There's different aspects. There's like the New Orleans version is not quite the same. There's a Mississippi version of the religion that's pretty similar, but also not quite the same, I think. And it does come from, as well as a bunch of other religions, West African Vodou, but is not also, again, not the same.
Not the same, right.
So, and also, voodoo is a westernized bastardization. We don't use that word.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Which is, I didn't know that till today.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It's considered a pejorative speech act to call it voodoo, and it was petitioned and changed in the Library of Congress as of 2012.
So that means the Princess and the Frog Disney movie is like super offensive.
One amongst a few.
There are a lot of offensive.
There is a lot of like stigmatized and like misinterpret. One of my favorites, American Horror Story. They just make the best interpretation of Vodou. It's like ridiculous, but
Did you like it or did you?
Good or bad? Because we did talk about that on our mini-sode in our TV episode.
For entertainment, I get it, but then at the same time, it's just like if you're going to use something that's real, then you might as well do the facts, right? Yeah. Because it's just like a complete opposite of misinterpretation. It's not just like, this is what we think one of the spirits look like, and then we're just gonna throw it in there. No, you're trying to mix like a good spirit with what people think are evil. They correlate it with Satan, and it's just like that's complete opposite of,
and that's
what
been
it
a big
means.
problem, right?
Right.
For Vodou is like it's often associated incorrectly in Western culture with Satanism and that kind of thing, and it's not at all. In fact, even calling it part of the witchcraft world is kind of unfair and like it's that same thing as how everything
like
that's witchcraft became witchcraft is like, that they were trying. It's colonial people coming in and trying to like destroy systems of power that existed.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna say it's very colonialist to do that, and I think I go into it a little bit in my research of like the stigma against Vodou is basically synonymous or like matches perfectly with racism. That's really where that stigmatization comes from.
Yeah.
It's true. That's
I
where black magic came
Yes.
from. Yep.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, me neither. So glad you're here, Nina. Yeah. All right, where was I? Yes. Okay, so a whole bunch of different religions that have somewhat similar names in the Western lexicon, but
Yes.
they're different things. And in
Mhm.
fact, even Vodou traditionally didn't refer to the religion as a whole. It referred to specific aspects. Like,
Right.
I think a dance is what I read, or like
Mhm.
dancing.
Singing and dancing.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's ritual. It's very ritualistic. So
Yeah.
that's correct.
Cool.
Nice.
And then, so, Kate, you're going to talk about the basic belief system, right? And
A
also
little.
maybe, Nina, you could talk
Maybe
about
Nina
the
should
basic
talk about
belief. But, so,
Listen, tell me whatever you learned and then we'll definitely discuss it. Because I like to hear what, because a lot of this is what a lot of people who just started learning about it, that's what they're finding out as well.
right,
Yeah.
But you definitely see and witness over time that it's not the same. But there is a lot of correct information online as well as incorrect information. So
Yeah.
Great.
So my understanding is that the basic belief system is that there's bon Dieu or bon Dieu?
Bon Dieu,
Yeah.
yes. That's supposed to be our God.
Like good God, like
Yeah.
bon Dieu.
Wow.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
In my head, I pronounced it Bondi. I'm
Okay,
so
no.
glad
No.
you guys are here.
Uh,
Okay, continue.
and that's sort of like supreme creator God figure.
Yes.
And bon Dieu does not get involved with human affairs, and so instead you talk to the Loa, which are the spirits that are in
spirits.
charge of different
Mhm.
things.
Yes.
Yes.
Because the spirits pretty much serve God, and we, the practitioners, serve the spirits. So it's a reciprocal thing. When you serve them, in return, blessings. So it's the same thing with them serving, the higher being, which in turn, blessings, prosperity, abundance, all that good stuff.
Cool.
Nice.
And so you'll notice probably that there's sort of a similarity there to like saints in Catholicism.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not necessarily accidental because part of the way that the religion, one, that sort of structure and a lot of the basic law that exists also exist in West African Vodou.
Mm-hmm.
But Catholicism was put on people. So you can't really talk about Haitian Vodou without talking about the history
The
of
Catholic
Haiti.
saints, yeah.
Yeah.
It's mainly because it was syncretized for, during slavery, they weren't allowed to practice their religion or their beliefs in front of anybody, basically.
Mhm.
So we have a lot of Catholic saint representation that are pretty much, they depict the certain spirits,
Yeah.
the laws, basically.
Yeah, so it's
So-
like sort of like almost like a mask where it's like this is what
That's
we're
exactly
doing,
what
but we're
it
doing
is.
the other thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Because it was so Haiti became a part of the French colonial empire after
Mhm.
being first colonized by Columbus and all of his
Mm-hmm.
havoc.
Ugh,
But
what a dick.
but so then the French come in 1697, and the French King Louis XIV of France had made this thing called the Code Noir in 1685, which was basically that it forbade all religions except Roman Catholicism. It restricted the activities of Black people, and it also ordered all the Jews out of France. Interestingly, enough.
Really? That
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Huh.
Wow.
Which-
See, learning something new.
I was like, oh shit.
Just awful all the way around.
Yeah, just a
Yeesh.
fully awful
Yeah.
law.
Just
Equal
came and it was
opportunity
like
asshole,
damage. Right.
Yeah.
So slave owners, when they brought slaves over, shittily, had 8 days to convert them to Catholicism.
That's such a short amount
Right.
of time.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, so it's, I mean, not only is it a shitty thing to do, and you're never going to believe whatever someone's just like, you
Also,
believe this now.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also like you're going to find ways, hopefully, to like continue doing what you were doing anyway.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
And so that was, so yeah, and then it also, so Haitian Vodou comes from, as well as West African Vodou, a bunch of other religions that were brought in also from other African people that were brought in,
Mhm.
mostly from Benin, from the French colonies in Africa. And so, or that's my understanding, is that it became kind of a way for them to like also connect with each other and have sort of
Yep.
a shared religion and language. And,
Yes.
okay, so, Code Noir bad. This is all good. Okay, Here's a question I kind of have for you more than I know the answer to. Do you say that you're Sevite, like serve the spirits, or are you a Vodou practitioner? How do you refer to yourself?
Yes, that's exactly how I refer to myself. As a practitioner, I serve the spirits in return for, like I was saying, the reciprocal relationship. I serve them, my ancestors, a lot of the times, and I saw that you guys had an episode on altars. So it falls in line with ours also. We have altars where we have like the pictures of our spirits below us. And also it could be dead relatives, which, ancestral worship. So it all falls in line to just paying respects and just serving them, basically.
Cool. Yeah. And then honestly, I tried to write out a whole bunch of stuff. Basically, Vodou has been a part of the history of Haiti in a lot of ways. I don't know how much people listening to this will know about Haitian history, but basically during the French Revolution, when the French Revolution started, the Haitian people, the enslaved, primarily African people living in Haiti at the time, took the opportunity and revolted. Mm-hmm. Great. Very good. In the August of 1791. The night before the first revolt, they had a big Vodou ceremony called
Bois-Caïman, yes.
Bois-Caïman. And because Vodou was basically, it was like a cultural thing, it was also like a political act. It was,
right.
This is sort of, it's like all part of that, not like the sort of, revolutionary spirit.
Yes. Yeah, it's about who they were.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And getting that independence. And so it took until 1804, but the Haitian people won their independence, or won their freedom as a country, and became the first Black People's Republic and the second independent nation in the Americas.
Yep.
Which I didn't know that until today, and that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A lot of people didn't know that Haiti's actually the first Latin country to gain its independence. So that's definitely good to know as well.
Yeah.
Good on you, Haiti.
Yeah, because also,
awesome.
if you don't know, Haiti is a Caribbean country on the west side of the island of Hispaniola, and the other half of which is the Dominican Republic, in case anybody's not sure.
To be honest, geography?
Yeah,
What is
my best either.
No,
so it's fine.
So bad.
Just throwing it out there. It's the other side of the
I'm like in the
Dominican
corner,
Republic.
like hoping she doesn't ask me any geographical questions.
What is the latitude? No. Topographically.
We're like, sorry, can't help you there.
It was originally, I should say, inhabited by the Taino people. Then in 1492, Christopher Columbus shows up, starts fucking shit up. Then then the French take it from the Spanish, or it's ceded
Spanish
to the
on
French.
one side, French on the
Yeah.
other.
And then the French are like, let's be assholes and make some sugarcane plantations. And so that's when they started bringing in slaves over from their colonies in Africa. And then so a lot of the leaders of the Haitian Revolution, at least initially, were also leaders in the Vodou religion, or at least some were. There's a guy named Duddy. Nope, can't read that writing. It looks like I wrote Bonkman, but I know that's not it.
Bookman, probably. Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, which
Yes, Bonkman.
I know that's wrong. Was also a Vodou priest who was a big part of Bois-Caïman.
Right.
Huh? I wrote it down.
So,
I wrote it down,
You did
Emily.
so
Come
great.
on.
Got it.
And also something people might not know is that Haiti was a founding member of the UN. It's like,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
isn't that like?
I'm so
Wonderful.
impressed.
Yeah, she did her research.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm impressed with Haiti, but I'm also impressed with Emily.
we did. Haiti did a lot. They really did a lot.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
It took a lot to get there too, but
I
Yeah.
know. Yeah, hard.
they prevailed.
They did it. Unfortunately, because racism, once they became a country, they were ostracized and boycotted instead of, with America. It's like,
Welcome.
cool, you're a white nation. Like, here's shipping.
Yeah. They were not happy. A lot of people weren't happy, actually. Like, a lot of our surrounding countries were not. Like, they were just like, how dare you just go free like this?
They were just jealous.
But it's cool also because, like, we helped other countries and nations gain their independence. So it's just like, we should all just be happy. Like, we tried. We couldn't do it for everybody, but sheesh.
Yeah, we're doing our best out here.
Yeah, God, it's just us.
Yeah, but historically, I mean, people of color trying to maintain freedom and independence never goes over well. So it's just like, more shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
like
well,
how could you
Yeah.
like defy us? How dare you?
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But you know, history.
Womp womp.
And then, so unfortunately, because of that, Vodou was one of the things that was sort of used against them as a point of like, you know, look at these
They're
these
evil.
people, they're evil,
Yeah.
they're, you know. So then a lot of leaders of the revolution ultimately tried to distance themselves from Vodou, trying to be seen as more like quote unquote legit to the Western world, as like,
Right.
I'm a Frenchman and I'm, you know, I'm also a Catholic. Like,
Right.
we can talk one-on-one, like, we're cool.
It's like we don't do what they're doing.
Yeah,
what are
that's
you
not
guys?
us. We're a nation. Trade with us. You know, like,
Wow.
and then so actually, Vodou was not made an official religion when the new nation was made, and practicing actually became a punishable offense in 1835. But secret societies kept it alive. And then my notes kind of fall apart. I know that Haiti was occupied by the U.S. from 1915 to 1934. Why, I don't know.
Because it's the US.
Because
Yeah,
that's
so we
what
just-
we do.
Because
what Americans do.
Or,
Basically.
well, what you guys do. I'm Canadian, but whatever.
You get out of this one.
Yeah.
She's lucky with that one.
I know,
Sheesh.
She rubs it in all the time.
I know.
She's like,
I was
I'm Canadian, I can't relate.
We asked for our independence politely in the late 1800s. We had a committee.
Oh.
A lot of paperwork. Okay, and then so post-occupation in 1934, that's when it becomes an official religion, but is still somewhat restricted.
Right.
And in this point, also in the 1930s and 40s, the Haitian government, now trying to be part of the international stage, starts using it as like a tourism thing to bring people in who want to see a voodoo ceremony.
Like acts,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, and so they're doing like performances of
Yeah.
what they think people want to see, basically,
Right.
and then that's studied by people that then come back and be like, I've seen what it's like in Haiti.
Yeah.
Here's what you know.
This
here's
is
what the
what we
religion
saw,
is.
yeah. And that's exactly what gets portrayed in the movies. So
Yeah.
it's just a complete...
Right, and then so that's when you start seeing it show up in movies as
Right.
like this Satanistic voodoo thing.
Yeah.
that is not at all what voodoo is.
Right.
Damn.
And
It's a
then
lot.
that's sort of, I mean, and then so, okay, and then in the late 1950s, there's a fascist dictator named Papa Doc, or Francois Duvalier, who is like uses Vodou to like be as part of his like campaign, where he like makes people kind of like afraid of him by trying to like
using
emphasize
fear as a factor,
his, yeah, and then he has a reign of terror and it's bad. And then, so it's not, I said this wrong. It was okay as of 1934, you could practice it, but it didn't become an official religion until 2003.
Yes.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
now it's
It was
practiced.
recognized as an official
Yeah.
religion.
Yeah. And so now
That's
my
so
understanding is it's
recent.
practiced
Yeah. Like very recent.
It's very, very
It's
recent.
very recent.
Yeah.
I was in high school.
I was gonna say the same thing. I was like, I
Yeah.
just got into high school that year, and
I was
I
like
remember
listening to
that
Green
too.
Day.
That's crazy. Yeah. So it was like outlawed until 1934.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And then it didn't,
That's
and then it was
so-
recognized.
That's such a
as official.
long. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. And if you're interested, I bet you have way better recommendations. But I found a book online the Huffington Post recommended and wrote a whole article about. So their article is called "How Vodou Became Voodoo and Vodou," and that's where I read a lot of this as well as Wikipedia. And then they talk about a book called "The Spirits and the Law: Vodou and Power in Haiti," that's by a woman named Kate Ramsey, who then worked with an organization called COSANBA, and they worked together to get the Library of Congress to rename the thing Vodou in there. And she did like a deep dive on like first and second person records from early. I don't know. It's supposed to be good. I haven't read it.
Haven't read it either.
But
So I couldn't
the
tell
article
you.
was very helpful if you're interested in learning more about the political side of all of
Yes.
this. And that's my history.
That's in a very.
But you see how
Scratching the
much,
surface.
like,
There's so
even
much.
politics is
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
I kind of stay away from the political
Yeah.
aspect. I know a little bit because history, you have to know just background wise. But as far as like delving into it, it's just like
Yeah, it's
a lot
and it probably doesn't factor that much into your actual
in the
day-to-day
practice, right?
Yeah, and I was talking to Emily before we recorded. I was kind of like spiraling because I was looking into like Yoruba-based faiths,
Yes.
and then I was looking into like Orishas versus Loas versus
Loas
like
versus,
it's like,
yeah.
and then it's like Hoodoo, Santeria, Candomblé, like all of this stuff. Ifo, they're all adjacent
different,
to each
yeah.
other, but they're all different. But
Yep.
they're all from similar like areas that are next to each other. So just so you know, we are doing an episode later on focusing more on Santeria, but like I was just kind of like, oh, I'm over my head. There's so much.
Like, oh my goodness.
I shouldn't be talking about this stuff, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. What I'm going to now. So here's what my research said. No, but no, I know I'm fascinated and I want to learn more. I like this has sparked a big interest in me, and after this episode, even I want to like continue to learn more about this. Also, just history too is so fascinating. Like just the like anthropology of these cultures and these lifestyles and these practices, this history, it's all intertwined. Yeah. So I did a bit of research on kind of modern today practices, but there's not a lot. I feel like a lot of it that I could find in my briefs, Googling it seems like a lot of it is pretty secret or like just passed from person to person. There's like obviously Tumblr blogs where people kind of post. I'll get into that more of like the digital age of Vodou and also just kind of Black millennial witchcraft overall and what that is, just briefly, because that's kind of a separate subject, but I think it all relates to the modern day usage of Vodou. So we talked a little bit about the beliefs. I was looking into the Loa. Am I pronouncing it?
Loas, yes.
Loas. So I found a couple different conflicting information. One Britannica article said that there's over 1,000 Loa in Vodou.
There's a lot. There's definitely a lot. Mainly because they're separated into like families. We call them nations. Which is nations.
Cool, because I was gonna say Nanchon.
Yeah,
that's wrong. I'm just pronouncing everything super Asian. I'm just like,
I can't.
How do you say
Nashon?
Nashon.
Yes.
Okay, I'm so glad you're here. And so they talked about like Rada, Petro,
the Rada family, the Petro family,
Gedi.
The Gede families, yes.
Okay.
That's who we're celebrating next month, actually. Around like Halloween time.
Yes. That's fun. That's so cool.
Super fun.
Yeah.
You get to like dress up and like masks and stuff.
It's really dope. That.
Yeah, it's really dope.
That's reminds me. So I found this really great article from The Guardian that was written in 2015 by Kim Wall and Katerina. Not going to pronounce her name. Anyway, they were writing from Haiti about, how Vodou is like an endangered faith of the Haitian people. And they were talking about how, it's in the 1920s and 30s cinema with B films like White Zombie and other pulp fiction type, media. It reinforced these caricatures of Africans being, hypersexualized, superstitious, demonic. This is the quote I was mentioning earlier. So Ira Lowenthal, who's an anthropologist and a Vodou arts collector who's been living in Haiti for over 40 years and a former aid worker. He sounds really cool. He says that the best thing that ever happened to racism is Vodou. So that, they made up stories about it, and their stories confirmed every prejudice that every white person had in the world. Right. But a lot of the practices today, it's not like that. It's not at all like worshiping quote unquote Satan or demonic, or even the voodoo doll that that stereotype that we know with the pins. That's not real. It's about a lot of, like you were saying, asking for abundance and dancing and celebrating and rituals.
Exactly. That's a good word. That's the perfect word.
Yeah.
But yes, that's exactly what it is. And it goes beyond a celebration. It goes, delves deeper into self-discovery, healing, especially like healing others. That's a lot of the work that we do. Like a lot of people, they ask for work for some, aside from prosperity, it could be, healing some sort of ailments or just any type of anything that you need help with, to help you in life or progress in life or just get overall better. That's exactly what we do.
And what does that look like when, like, if someone comes to you and says like they need help with an ailment or something, what's the next step?
Well, the next step would be to figure out exactly what's going on. Now, disclaimer, as a practitioner and also somebody who studied psychology, I don't want to ever tell anybody to not seek professional help. Because that is something we're not doctors. Even though they stigmatize the whole witch doctor thing, but we're not doctors. We can help with a lot of spiritual stuff, and a lot of anything that like herbs and I don't really know how to pronounce this word. It's like apothecary.
Oh, apothecary?
Yeah, thank you.
I got you.
Girl, have you been listening to me this whole time? I don't pronounce anything. I said geology earlier. It's fine. You're doing great.
It's okay.
Kate loves the study of rocks.
Yes, I do.
But yes, that.
Yes.
We use a lot of that, like herbs, and especially for like spiritual baths, cleanses. We do big things for like New Year's Eve, going into the new year, even going into the new cycle, like new moon cycles or new month. It could even be like a new phase in your life. Anything that's just welcoming, some sort of new beginning. We use the power in that, the energy in that, to assist with anything else. But as far as like, if you're like really sick, like say, God forbid, cancer or something, we would help spiritually and, help with organic and herbal, things like that. But as far as like actual...
but also go to a doctor.
Yeah, go to a doctor.
Refer to episode Spells and Potions for more on going to a doctor.
Go to the
We
doctor.
talk about that too. So at its core, it seems like a lot of what Vodou believes and practices is very similar to a lot of Western witchcraft and pagan beliefs, and a lot of religion kind of in general, just human nature.
Mm-hmm.
But what I think I found fascinating that really separated it was the Loa and all the different specific spirits.
Right.
And the peristyles, is that how you say it? No. What is it? The temples?
What, ours?
Yeah.
We don't have temples. We have like ceremonies. Mainly outdoors, indoors, doesn't matter. But just, how other religions, they have like mosques, temples, and stuff like that. Out here, we don't. Yeah. It's pretty much wherever we're at. Is where everything
that's where it's happening.
Fascinating. Yes. Okay, so what I feel like I found some stuff. Again, this could be, not all of my sources seemed super legit, but
credible. Or it could be different aspects. Remember, it's so much like that goes under the practice, and just everybody's just different. So it could be good information, or it could be confused.
Do you have a specific name for like an altar under that you use for Vodou, or is it just an altar?
You have an altar.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty much. It just depends on whose altar it's for. It could be for like all the lois. It could be a designated loa, depending. Some people designate their altars and serve a particular spirit for different reasons. Each of them represent something more than the other. So for instance, like El Zuli, she's like the motherish figure. She represents like beauty, femininity, fertility, all that, womanly stuff.
All that lady stuff.
All that
awesome lady stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. So you would do an altar for her depending on what it is that you're, requesting of her. For me, I have an altar that's designated for Papa Legba. He is the gatekeeper of the spirit world, between the spirit world and the human world. So pretty much we can't go past him unless, like, we can't get into contact with other spirits until we go past him. So he's kind of like yes, no, you can't.
Good guy to be friends with.
Yeah, very good guy. But he's another one that's highly, just misconstrued. They always paint him as like the bad guy, which is very strange because he's the complete opposite. He's a benevolent spirit, and it's just all like he wants to help. Everything is good. So it's interesting watching how they depict him in like movies and shows and stuff, because I'm like, he's not, this is not what we go to him for. I'm like, what? Like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like the truth is rarely ever made onto the media.
You know why? Because like the good stuff wouldn't make good entertainment.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, he's a good spirit. That's whack. Like, we want to see, crazy stuff happening. So it's Hollywood. Honestly, that's the best thing I can say. Yeah,
it's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood. So Hollywood. So going back to, his name was Papa Legba, and so I also found in this research that they say that Vodou practitioners always, out of respect, use those kind of prefixes like Papa, Maman,
Mama Brigitte.
or Maître, Mistress.
Oh yes, Mister, yeah, or Met, yeah.
So is that, do you also follow that as well? Do you always refer to them a lot? With those
but not
titles?
all of them. It just depends on which one. Like, yeah.
Okay. Cool. Very cool. And so, and then I don't know why I'm so focused on the vocabulary, because that's the one thing. I mean,
you want to make sure that you're like saying it right.
Well, a Vodou priest, Agua? Nope.
What is it? Is it Ogu? Let me see. Wugon. Yes. I don't blame you for that one, honestly. Don't blame me for that one. Usually it has like an H in front of it to kind of help, but yeah, Wugon.
And the priestess,
Mumble, yes. Okay. Got that one.
Just like,
please tell me I got it right.
So this is what I was looking at. The peristyle, the semi-open space in the Onfo where public rituals take place. And there's a potomitan.
Oh yes, potomitan, it's a pillar, yes. Okay, yes. Okay. But still, that's what they call the ritualistic area, but it's not like I said, it's not like a brick and mortar like location that is like temple, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna move on from this, but something that I found in my research that was very helpful, because I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna say all these words. When I was back into this Guardian article, they were talking about how it's in Haiti, but also I think in the Americas and wherever Vodou is being practiced, a lot of LGBTQ youth or practitioners find kind of a safe haven within this religion. They interviewed a practitioner where he felt that it really, where these kind of public areas of worship almost became like makeshift religion gay clubs, because obviously in Christianity, being gay is still
although a lot of Christian men, you know what, I'm gonna cut this,
yeah,
but I'll talk to you about that later. You know what I'm trying to say.
We know what we're
gay
saying.
clubs.
But a lot of LGBTQ youth, I think, found kind of more acceptance because the idea of gender is a lot looser and not as patriarchal at all. It's not as kind of, the idea of homosexuality being a sin. Ironically, even though Vodou is stigmatized as primitive or quote unquote wicked, it's actually inherently progressive and inclusive, which I thought was super, super cool. Also to that end,
it's just more about like being human,
yes,
as opposed to like boy, girls, gay, straight, like things like that. Because especially during rituals, when certain people get mounted by certain spirits, to deliver a message or after they've been invoked, there's no specification of which like male or female spirit will mount a male or female. So you could be mounted with a male spirit so it's just very like fluid as far as like gender specification and stuff.
And female and male priests have like equal status in terms of like their gender is not determined.
It's not like you were saying as far as like patriarchy. It's not like that where it's like, oh, the king and then there's the queen. No, they're just like, they're both extremely powerful in their own right.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry, my neighbors are apparently moving
all
this
dragging furniture around. Going back quickly to the stigmatism, in 2010, that terrible earthquake happened that killed 230,000 people and displaced 1.5 million.
Really bad.
It was awful, and a lot of people, like racist, terrible people,
because
were pointing at Vodou.
We still hear this to this day.
Can you
know what's crazy? Our own people say this.
Yeah.
Like the religious based like super Catholics of Haiti, or like the super Christianized, that's the first thing that they'll tell you. They'll be like, it's you guys' fault because you practice this and now we're cursed, and then it's
crazy.
Like, what? No, if it wasn't for the strength that our ancestors were able to build from practicing this, how do you think the revolution would have even started?
Yeah.
They were the only ones that revolted and succeeded. So it's just like the strength comes from somewhere, But they're not trying to hear it. They don't want to hear that.
Right, because that would be wonderful and empowering and
right.
loving, and
It's
why
like,
operate
why
from
would
that
we
place?
empower you guys? No, this is ridiculous.
Well, so then transitioning now into modern day usage, I was reading this really great article on The Atlantic by Sigal Samuel that just got published last year in 2018. There was a Black Witch Convention in Baltimore that brought together about 200 women, and they had keynote speakers. They talked also about how African American pop culture has really reflected this trend as well of like kind of Black millennial witchcraft, right? And under like quotes, and it's a very broad subject, but a lot of it is, influenced or inspired by Yoruba-based faiths and Vodou. They talked about Beyonce's allusions to African goddesses in Lemonade, Azalea Banks, saying that she practices brujeria, Princess Nokia's hit brujas. We'll talk more about that later, but just, I thought that was really interesting, and I read a couple different articles too about how a lot of, especially like Black women who practice magic or who practice Vodou or any of those other kind of practices, also feel like there's a lot of kind of appropriation going on. And because we've talked about this before, witchcraft is super trendy right now. Everyone wants to be a witch. Everyone calls themselves a witch. And there's a lot of kind of appropriation. Some people believe of, white witchcraft kind of taking on these very like deeply rooted practices and history from the Vodou, beliefs, and kind of not really understanding where they're coming from. Where it's coming from, yeah. The root. What do you think about that?
I definitely do see the truth in that. The thing is, it's just, again, back to the entertainment industry, just how everything has just been portrayed on TV and in the media. Now that, like you were saying, as far as Black women go, they're pretty much going back to their roots. They're trying to find the power back within themselves. And, these past few years or, decade, as far as I remember, has just been, very trying times as far as just living in America, being a person of color. So it's tough. But I'm definitely here for people finding the power in themselves, Black, white, whoever. Like I strongly believe in that. However, again, when you're going to use references from a real practice or religion, at least pay respects to it, as opposed to just making it more so of like a mainstream thing, like Harry Potter or like Sabrina the Teenage Witch. No, we're not. No. Yeah. But again, I get it as far as why everybody's like picking up on it because it looks so cool. It's like crystals. Oh my goodness! Everybody's doing this and that, and so I get it. But the appropriating part is tough because it's just like you're trying to put on a picture or paint a picture of something that you have absolutely no idea of. Not only that, it's just like the picture that you're painting is the wrong one. Yeah. So it's just like I was saying before, I practice Vodou, but I pay my respects to, different religions because I find different aspects have helped me. As far as like in my family with Vodou, they don't really look into crystals and like stuff like that. My aunt's like, what are these rocks? Like, what is like? But, I find a lot of energy and power into them. As far as like, same thing with tarot, they're divination tools. So we all find different aspects of whether it's traditional, modern day, and just put them together. But it's just, as far as the whole appropriating thing, honestly, I just feel like it's mainly capitalism. It's just like they just want to make money off of it. They hear, oh, we're selling this, like Florida water that we get from a Botanica that's like a religious store, and they sell like, the religious paraphernalia. We get it for like $3, but then like somebody who was, I don't know, featured in Vogue or like Cosmo is selling it for like $15 or $20, and it's just like, what? Why is Florida water $20? Like, why? Because it has your name on it? Like, this is really our practice. This is not just for show or to make it cool or anything. So it does get a little frustrating. But I mean, what are you gonna do?
I mean, it's such a. I've talked about this so many times, but there was this insane thing in Vogue one time that was just like a bunch of girls on a cliff being like, I am witch, and like nothing else about witchcraft or anything.
It was just that.
And it was like, oh, it was so weird. It was so bad. And it was so
right.
unsettling.
So you understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see a lot of different kind of, you know, opinion articles out there that were like very much against the commercialism, you know, and it's like, well, like talking
and driving prices up on someone's religion is a terrible
right.
thing.
It's like, what? We just want to buy some Florida water to, you know, cleanse our house. There's no reason why sage should be like $20. Like, it's sage. Like, and that's another thing. Like, a lot of ritualistic tools that we use, just like smudging with the Palo Santo or the white sage. Those are slowly becoming endangered plants because it's just like the overproduction.
Oh, no.
And it's crazy because somebody else, they're not Vodou practitioners, but they, you know, they do like hoodoo or modern day witchcraft. They let me know, like, did you not know that white sage and da-da-da? And I'm like, no, because in my country, that's what we use. We use that, frankincense and myrrh and like different things like that. We don't hear about this. What do you mean, like, being endangered? And then I'm looking it up, and then I saw that Palo Santo was just added to the list of endangered in 2019. I'm like, what? That's like my favorite scent. Like, what are you guys doing? Please stop.
Stop buying.
So it's just, you know, it's one thing leads to another, you know, and it's hurting like the natives, especially with the Palo Santo that comes from Peru, and so it's tough. It really is. Yeah, it really is. But
well, I think you made a really good point, and that's what I think we attempt to do with this podcast is do the research. It's like, look, actually do your reading, pay respect to where it comes from and the culture, and you know, I think we're not against like witches being able to capitalize on their, you know, practices by offering services for money,
absolutely.
But like I think there's a difference between, you know, slapping a label on something that you don't really understand or know and being like, hey, this is $300 versus like, you know, someone who is a deeply trained and entrenched kind of practitioner being like, I have a gift and I want to offer it and I want to be paid for my time.
Yeah, it's also different for a practicing witch to offer a service than for Urban Outfitters to offer.
Right.
You know,
oh my goodness, you said it, girl. Urban Outfitters.
The worst.
Well, also quickly just wanted to mention, like, you know, you talked about this last 10 years, and that also came up in this article too, in our research. Today, a lot of practice is now online because a lot of younger practitioners find solace and comfort and secrecy and are able to safely communicate with other practitioners online. Of course, there's a danger when you practice online that you are maybe getting misinformation or you're not able to really communicate.
Or even getting in contact with like the wrong people because even a lot of people, because of the fact that they are from the nation, like there are Haitians that don't practice Vodou, but or like other, you know, people of color that don't practice certain of our spiritual religions, but because of the fact that they bear the complexion or they bear the nationality, they try to, you know, pretty much trick other people into like, yes, come to me, you know, I'm a practitioner. It's all for money. So just like with everything in life, there's good and bad, you know, yin and yang type thing. But you just have to, that's a whole thing that we kind of push as far as making sure that you have your, you know, self-faith, self-trust in order for you to identify whatever your intuition is telling you, because a lot of it is gut-based, you know, as far as like energies and who you come into contact with, who you allow to work on you, or even like down to, you know, gifts that people give you as far as like jewelry, anything that you would wear on yourself. You want to be careful because everything that we have, that we hold, collects energy, you know? So that's why it's very important to just make sure that you're aware, specifically self-aware. That's my amethyst stone is my favorite for that. When I feel like I'm kind of like falling off track, I'm like, no, I need my amethyst. And get right back on track because your intuition is not going to steer you wrong. You also want to make sure that your mind and heart and your intentions and everything are pure and clear, so that you're not also misled by false, you know, what you think your intuition is telling you, which is not what your intuition is telling you. So it's a, you know, it's a lot.
Yeah, I think it's really good advice.
That's all really good. Kate had to run. So Kate had to run, but we're here. I'm still here with Nina, and we're still chatting, and it's fun. So Nina, is there anything else you want people to know about Haitian Vodou or your practice?
Well, aside from, learning the true facts behind it and paying respects, just pretty much understand that a lot of the things that they see out there is not like the true representation. We are not bad people. We're not, satanic worshipers or anything like that. We're pretty much just here to just bask in our own powers, utilize our own powers. That's pretty much that's exactly where, practicing comes from, serving the spirits. Again, always remember the reciprocal relationship of these religions, and you'll kind of hear the same thing or similar, I should say, when you're talking about other spiritual religions, so like the Santeria or the Ifa, Obeah. So I would definitely just make sure that do your research, please.
Yeah.
Just do your research.
Just do your research.
Yes.
Awesome. So at the end of every episode, we do a tarot card pull. We just look at a tarot card.
Yeah.
And you have your own deck that you brought,
yes,
right?
I do. My favorite deck ever.
Do you know
the Cosmic Tarot?
Cosmic Tarot.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
I remember because
Tarot.
it was like the one when I went to the to my metaphysical shop. I was there for probably like an hour and a half, just looking through all of them. And the tradition and Rider-Waite is what most people start with, but this one just like drew to me. I don't know if it was the artwork or just the energy. I think it was everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been rocking with me ever since.
All right, I love it. I can't wait to see it.
Alrighty. So are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So well, there actually is a full moon coming on Friday.
Yeah, that's
in
right.
Pisces.
Full moon this week.
Yes, so that's going to be a lot of wonderful energy. Could be emotional for some because
Yeah. Yeah, I was looking at that today.
Watery Pisces. This is from my sister. She's like super Pisces.
Yeah, I'm a Scorpio, so it's like okay.
Oh yes, super water.
I don't mind.
No, this is my element. It's fine.
But yeah, it's coming.
Okay, so I pull the Four of Swords. Now for this, I want to say for this cycle, well, I always like to educate people when I do their readings on the suits, especially just because like it's good to know what I'm telling you, obviously, but it's good to know as well when you're doing or receiving readings from others what the suits stand for. So for swords, I always say that it represents the realm of mind, and there's a lot of things when it comes to letting go. So that's what it seems like this card is telling you. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't say the Four of Swords, but I pulled the Four of Swords for you guys. And as you can see, look through it. Let's look at the
I like the art.
The imagery. Yes, the imagery is really dope. I love it so much.
And I'll take a picture of that if that's okay to put on our Instagram.
Of course. Mm-hmm. But yes, the Four of Swords. The energy for this cycle is the need to, again, let go, release certain things. I see could be conflict in families. So that's another thing to make sure for this cycle, to pay more attention to home, not only home, but within yourself. And home could also represent like family. So I want to say relationships, not just, familiar relationships as far as like home or romantic relationships. I always tell people that they need to really nurture their friendships as well, to just basically build a good support system. So that's what this card is telling us for this new cycle. Pay attention to home. work and nurture your support systems. I know, one of the things I used to say all the time, I don't have any friends and this is that and whatever. But it's just like, you learn when you get older, and especially on this path, like, you don't need a whole group of people to feel loved or at home. And if you do have a large support system, listen, more power to you. Yeah. Wonderful. But if not, like, learn to appreciate the people that you do have in your circle. Even if it's like 2-3 people, just appreciate the hell out of them, please. Yeah. Because listen, there's nothing. I know a lot of people say, like, we come into this world alone, unless you're twin or triple, whatever. But you come into this world alone, you die alone, right?
Right, unless you're in a car full of people.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. But you get it. It's true. Yeah. But at the same time, there's nothing in life or on this earth that you can do, effectively or like really to its full potential by yourself. Yeah. We always need our cores. And that's the great thing about just spirituality altogether. You learn to not only appreciate, your own powers and the powers of the universe, but you appreciate the energies that are around you, because those are exactly what contribute to, your everyday life and the ability to manifest. When we're asking for abundance and stuff, it's not just like, oh, you're just gonna get a bag of money. Like, no,
you can't do it alone.
Right, you can't. You have to make sure that whoever is in your village, I noticed that in tarot especially, they like to refer to families or just any type of, support system as a community. And it's true. Whether it's family, friends, it could be a really tight work environment. Wherever you feel at home in yourself and you just, everybody's energy meshes well together, that's your community. So that's what the Four of Swords is telling you. Make sure that you nurture those. Mind, body, heart, soul, everything.
Love it.
Everything.
Thank you so much. Of course. And thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us. It was so cool to get to hear all about your practice. Yes. Would love to talk to you for like 8 more hours. Not gonna do that to you, but
don't worry, we'll be back soon.
Perfect. I'd love that. We'd love that. All right, thank you again. This has been Witchcast, and we end every episode with saying hex yeah. Would you be willing to say hex yeah with me?
Hex yeah.
Hex yeah.
'Cause it's Witchcast.